Hey everybody, Shiv here. So we're going to be taking a look at a little mage on mage, hot, furious, love in action. Yeah, that didn't sound nearly as dirty as I thought it would be. Oh well. Alright, so mirror matches are a real difficult scenario because both players know the tool sets each other is using very fucking well because they're using them. And because a great amount of Hearthstone is all about copying what somebody else is doing, the likelihood of you facing off against the very similar deck is pretty high. In this case, not as much. Alright. So we got a good opener here. It gives us a lot of possibilities, allows us to get some real cool denials as well as a possible decent early grab. Unfortunately, this guy takes a little... I don't want to say he's slow, because that would be mean, but if he was any slower, his name would be Corky. Alright, so we get a 1-drop, which is really good, because we had no 1-drop to begin with, and I really did not want to coin out the Mad Scientist. I'd much rather hold on to the coin for some possible combo synergy later. Alright, so we get a Mana Worm, but we decide to go for the Mad Scientist, staying on curve, because there's no reason to go off curve at this point. And again, this guy takes an exorbitantly long time. Like, if he was any more slow playing, his name would be Life Coach. I actually forgot how long this was. These first couple turns were very excruciatingly long. I actually remember on stream just sitting here poking fun at the guy the entire time. So, this tells us he's dealing with a very much a mech deck. Seeing that come down without anything else to back it, mech. Alright. So we opt to do the trade rather than use the flame cannon because I know it's mech. I know he's going to have things like piloted shredder, blast mages, mechanical yetis that I'm much more inclined to kill with my flame cannon. Plus, I wanted to get that secret down. So I get a Cogmaster, which kind of sucks a little bit. You think about it? I mean, he definitely, you know, played that right. And then he leaves me with a 1-2. So I opt to actually use the flame cannon, which kind of sucks. That is not optimal in any way. My argument here was that I had enough 1-drops here that if I pulled the Flame Waker, any time in the next couple draws, I'd be okay. So having a board state meant a little bit more to me, because it meant more he'd have to deal with. But unfortunately at 5 mana, that's a little rough. But this is Mech Mage. They can easily spam out a lot of minions, as you're about to see. He goes for the Spider Tank, followed up by the Snow Chugger. This is not a good scenario. Alright, this is not a good scenario. Again, I have so many low-cost spells. So I decide to go for the more extravagant and probably more risky of plays, which was to make a really, really big hit and then just go face. Just pound the hell out of him now. And this is a real big risk because I don't have any other damage in my hand other than one fireball. Now, arguably, I could flip my 7-3 and then grow him some more. That was a concept I was actually considering doing. But I also expected him to have a Frostbolt and to just get rid of the 7-3. So he plays a Mech Warper. That's problematic. And he plays the Annoyotron. Again, even more problematic. He is flooding the board. We are not about to have a very good day, ladies and gentlemen. Now this board ain't nothing. He could clear it very easily and still have a board left over himself. Matter of fact, he'll have a very nice board left over. But we got him to use a fireball. That's good. That's one less for our face. But as you can see, our board state has deteriorated greatly. And against Mech Mage, that's never a good thing. So we opt to go for a very interesting play, which is basically put a good sized minion in that I'll have to hero power and trade, and also hopefully catch something decent on his play, because we're at turn 8. Unfortunately, Mech Mage has a lot of low-cost options to really just annoy the piss out of you, as you're about to see. Wow, all these reversing switches don't really help me out too much, do they? No, they really don't. So we're still waiting. Still waiting. And he gives us an Annoyotron. Not the worst or greatest minion. And of course, he wants to troll us with a little oops. That's fine. We're okay with this. And we're okay with it for one simple reason. We can do that. Now, I could have actually popped the shell on that and then killed it, just completely wiping his board. But then I lose protection. And right now, I've got no board. I want to protect myself. So he still can't get through unless he spends more. And he's unloaded a great amount of his hand. Unfortunately, he has another mechanical Yeti. So my options are getting real thin at this point. So I decided to go for the Loatheb, which is probably going to be one of the safer plays here, as well as getting rid of that Mech Yeti, because it's going to give me another spare part. Which, again, we have Antonidas in this deck, we have Flamewakers, we haven't seen either of them yet. Which at this point I was getting really annoyed. Now, we get our own Time Rewinder, which is actually kind of cool, because we can, you know, do some shenanigans with Loatheb. And who doesn't love shenanigans? So, as we wait for Corky here to make a play, he goes for Sylvanas. Now, this is kind of a bad situation. I did not like seeing this at all. This pretty much tells me I can't play a minion. But I'm going to lock him down as well. And I consider actually freezing Sylvanas, but then I opt not to. I decided to hold on. I've got Antonidas coming, I got Flamewakers coming, I have Answers coming. And if I get one of them, what I'll do is I'll just trade into Sylvanas. That way, you know, don't have to worry about it. Unfortunately, those scenarios did not happen as well as I'd like, as you are about to see. And we wait. There's nothing wrong with taking your time while making a decision, but sometimes people take too long. So he goes for the Mad Scientist. A smart play. And then he decides to hide Sylvanas, as if to deny me. This is not a good scenario for us, ladies and gentlemen. This is not at all a good scenario. And we get the Flamewaker, so this is rough. This is very, very rough. So we decide to just burn everything to face. We're not even going to mess around. We just want that face. Alright? We figure we can get everything else we need. We're already pretty decently through our deck. We should be able to get exactly what we need. Unfortunately, we are taking a huge gamble here. Alright? And those gambles tend to backfire a lot. And boy, does this one backfire a great amount. We have 12 cards left. Still no Antonidas. Still no Dr. Boom. We've already used, I believe, a Flame Strike, if memory serves, yes. So, we have very few options left in our deck. We have one more Fireball. We have some other things, too. So, we're trying to push for some real advantage here. But he does a very interesting play. He decides to hurt his own Sylvanas, take out my Flamewaker, thus to grab my Loatheb, and add even more to his board. This was a good play. This was a very smart play, ladies and gentlemen. And he's going to armor that up. It's like, okay, well, I've already seen one Flame Strike. You might have two. True fact. Alright, so we go face with this. And I start doing the math here, and I don't want to die to a fireball. So we're left with like virtually no options here. We're pretty much done for. Alright, this was a gamble. It obviously is not going to pay off. Why did I push? Because I believe in RNG, and I prayed RNG, and RNG is our god, and oh my god, unstable portal. RNG save us! RNG save us! What do we get? We get Jiraxxus. Fuck yes, we win! Because that's exactly how RNG works. When you believe in RNG, or quote-unquote, believe in the heart of the cards, shit like this can happen quite often, and it's so beautiful when it does. Oh, you get Jiraxxus too. Well, you go right ahead and get Jiraxxus because I still win. Now, you can't always plan this kind of shenanigans, but it's so much fun when it actually happens. Alright? It's so much fun. So, I love RNG. I do. But at the same time, it can really backfire on you. Anyway, that's going to be all for this. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow on Twitter. Till next time, this is Shiv saying, peace.